In today's video, we're going to be learning how to make a turban scarf, and this scarf can be made by anyone. In fact, this is a DIY scarf. It's something that anyone can do at the comfort of his or her home. And the most important thing is that you don't even need up to 1 yard. You don't need so much fabric to make this turban scarf, and it's so beautiful. In fact, stay tuned to watch this video to the end so that you can see how it looks after we had already made it. Okay, so let's get started. So I'm going to be marking out about 29 inches for the width and for the length of the scarf. Now it's not compulsory that you must use up to 29. You can use about 25 will do it as well. Okay, so after I've already marked the same thing for the width and for the length, I am marking 2 inches just this way. I came by the width and I'm marking 2 inches, and see the way I'm marking the 2 inches. And after marking these 2 inches this way, I'll be marking it this way as well. Okay, that's at the top I marked it 2 inches, and at the lower part I marked it 2 inches. I didn't mark at the vertical side. Okay, so I just marked horizontally, and then I'll be ruling across with my rule like this. Okay, just from the top to the end of the fabric, and that is it. So I'll continue to rule this line to the remaining marked lines. Okay, sorry that my hand was covering the camera a bit. I didn't even realize that. Okay, so I'm just marking the lines, and this is it. Now on these lines that I'm marking, I'm going to be going to my machine and I'm going to be running a stitch on each of this line. Okay, just this way. I'll be using less than 1/3 of an inch to sew these lines. So I'll just sew it with a very small allowance there, and then sew it. So now I use my overlocking machine. I'm using my overlocking machine to run this stitch. It's totally optional. You must not use an overlock machine. You can still sew it with your sewing machine. Okay, so you can also decide to use an overlock machine to run this. So this is it, and the fabric I use for this scarf is a poly, and it's very elastic. Now for the head circumference, I measured my head circumference, and that's about 23. I divided it into 2, which gave me about 11.5. Okay, and for the width of this line, I have 2.5. At the width I have 5. I will just reduce this to be about 4 inches. That's 2 inches. All right, so I'll be marking 11.5 plus another ½ inch. That's for my sewing allowance. So at 12 inches I marked and I cut this out. This is for my head circumference, please. This is for my head circumference. So I'll be placing this way to achieve this V line. This V line on this turban scarf. I'll be placing this way. Then I will notch the mid part of this my turban scarf, and then I'll place the notched part to this part where I have this V. Okay, I also ran with my overlock machine across the two of them. So this is it. See the way I'm just forming them together. Please form this carefully, okay, and form this V. Divide your head circumference into 2, and that's it. That's how to form this. So simple. Now at this point I'll be turning it over. See the way I'm attaching the body of the turban scarf to this head circumference. So I just turned it over, and then I'll be pinning that notched part to that part, and then I'll just pin the rest of the turban scarf to this line, and this is how it looks. Okay, so right about now I'll go ahead and run a stitch Now look at this excess remaining here. I just ran the stitch. I'm going to be trimming that part off. I'll still use my overlock machine and then trim it out. Don't forget that all these lines I mark, I ran on this line. It's optional for you to run it with an overlock machine. You can also run it with your sewing machine. Okay, so this is how it looks. Now for the rest of the turban scarf, we're almost done. Okay, so I'll be sewing this way from here, this way, then I'll come in this way, then upward to the end of this fabric. I'm doing this again so you see how it looks. Then I'll pull down this side so you can see how I'll sew this part. So just watch my hands. I'll follow this way, then continue to the end of this place. So let me just do that quickly. So this is how it is. I just ran it and then finished it up. So I'll just go ahead now and create gathers. Look at the way I'm folding the pleats, not like a pleat but something like a gathers. Okay, so I'm just folding gathers and I'm using that about 1 inch. Yes, it must not be 1 inch here. Just fold the gathers how best you know how to do it and then tie it up very well. Okay, now at this end as well, at the other end, I also fold the gathers. At this front side, I'll make sure that I'm doing these gathers in the front side. That's around that middle part. You know that this thing has a V line, so I'll make sure that my hand is around that V side. Now I didn't start from the band to start folding these gathers. Please, you have to start about 1 inch after the band, both for the back and for the front. Okay, so I'll quickly tie this up now and turn it to the front so you see how it looks. So this is how it looks after I had already finished tying up the knot, and this is how it looks. Look at how the inside looks. Okay, and look at the front and the back. This is the front. See the V in the front. Thank you for staying tuned up to this moment. Now, if you're yet to subscribe to my YouTube channel, kindly go ahead and subscribe and tap on your notification bell so you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. Now, look at how it looks on my head.